Listen up, the soap you shower with, it's you probably haven't even questioned what bar of soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought for her little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mama's little man? Ugh. But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. I'm talking about natural, nourishing, cold-pressed, hand-cut soap for men. Men who use their hands. Men who build things. Men who open the pickle jar on the first try. Men who catch foul balls without spilling their beer. You won't just smell good either. Your skin will be healthier and more nourished. Dare I say, soft. Oh, men aren't supposed to have soft skin? Yeah, well, men weren't supposed to cry during movies. And then they made the movie Rudy. He's so little. You want to smell like the forest? Boom, pine tar, we've got you. You want to smell like the sea? Boom, nautical sage, we've got you. You want to smell like you just got off a boat in the Caribbean? Boom, bay rum, we've got you. And with 6 more cents, we've got you covered no matter what kind of man you are. Now you're wondering, why have I been doing it wrong for so long? During the First World War, big soap started taking out all the natural ingredients to make production cheaper and faster. And they replaced all the natural stuff with chemicals. Chemicals like sodium lauryl sulfate, parabens, and dioxin. Chemicals linked to depression, liver damage, cancer, and low sperm count. And worst of all, dry skin. Oh. Your poor balls, all dry, empty, and sad. But there's good news. We make our soaps with natural ingredients from the earth. Ingredients like oils, plants, goat's milk, Greek yogurt, oatmeal, shea butter, and citrus. No. Turn your shower game up to 11. With the smooth lather of gold moss or the exfoliating woodsy bliss that is pine tar, get ready to step out of the shower feeling alive. Still not sure? Here's a couple reviews from real customers. Joseph S. says,
"This is the perfect bar of soap. It's like it was handcrafted in the Northwest Forest by beautiful tiny elves."
Oh, tiny elves isn't enough for you? Well, here's another review from Michael A.
It makes you feel like you just stepped out of a mountain stream, and Squatch was there to hand you the towel.
It's time for you to get the right tool for the job, because you're worth it, my friend. We ship it right to your door. And with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, if it's not the best bar of soap you've ever used, it's on us. Tens of thousands of men already soapscribe. Which means that every month, fresh new bars of Squatch show up at their door. Click the link for Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Real soap for real men. Or don't, and continue to be mommy's little helper.
That's a wrap.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Did he click it yet? Did he click the link? He hasn't clicked the link? I would have when I heard about the dry, sad balls. Oof. Man, what's this guy doing? Click the link, man. Step up your shower game.
say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, we've got the Blazing Pedals bringing on Michigan, this 2-mile track, set to bring all the action here on YouTube, of course, on the Turn 3 Racing Network YouTube, and of course, on the Pride Outdoor Network, prideoutdoornetwork.com. Make sure to check out our sponsor, trjkarting.com. They are really the ones that have helped make this whole thing go round. Speaking of going around, tonight we are going around a big 2-mile track. Rick, it is known as Michigan. Let's go ahead and bring up the stats. Right now we've got Jamie Walker, Dalton Kilroe, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, Derek Paulson, Dakota Todd, and Jason Powell all locked into the chase as we get ready to see if we can get a new winner out there, see if somebody else wants to lock themselves in here to the chase later on this season.
Yeah, Chris, you're absolutely right. I mean, I kind of looked into the season, what is left there, and I think it's about 10 weeks left for these guys to have a chance to get locked in. So I know there's a bunch more drivers that want to do that, and they're going to be racing hard just to do just that.
Absolutely. And of course, we've got some new stuff here tonight, and I guess I don't know, Rick. I don't really want to show it off too much yet, but I'm gonna. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our new overlay. It should be very clean, very easy to pick out the information that you're looking for right now. Dakota Tom, fastest car here in practice. Hank Caston, Jamie Walker, your top 3. Brian Dees, Aaron Bockover, going to be 4th and 5th here in practice. But enough about the overlay right now. Rick, why don't we get our man Terry Foster up here, and let's have him take a little walk.
Terry Foster, you got Rick and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, brother?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Going good. How are you?
Oh man, I'm glad to be in Michigan finally.
Yeah.
I love this track.
This is the track that you did really well on last season in the trucks. Is that going to carry over to the cars?
Way my practice is going, I believe it will, boys. I believe it will. I'm having a good time running this car tonight, man. I think it's the paint job, and Rick, you look at the number, buddy. I changed it for you.
That you did too, and I'm very proud. It looks a lot better, my friend.
I also changed the wheels, put white wheels on too.
And that's not how Rusty had it, but that's okay.
I'm not rusty now, am I?
Well, Terry, who's going to take the walk with you here tonight?
Well, I'm going to be biased tonight, boys. I need that number 3 driver of that Savage Edge, man, Mr. Corey Sherman, the Shermanator. Corey Sherman, you got me.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Hey, buddy, thanks for joining me. I know I'm being a little biased here since we are teammates at TNA Motorsports here, or BS, like you and Aaron like to call it. Hey, man, that number 3 Savage Edge, what do you got for him tonight?
Well, I got it tuned for the long runs, so I know Michigan, usually get spread out, and it's going to turn into saving tires and fuel strategies, so that's what I'm hoping for tonight.
10-4. Actually, another reason I really brought you in, you are 5th out of the top 7 guys. The top 6 guys have all won a race. You are not, but you are 5th in points. I mean, what's the Shermanator got to do to get that 3 across the line first, man?
Man, I don't know. I've been racing the wheels off this thing. I don't know what else I got to do to it. Get it in. It's just been a little bit here and there that got me a little bit slower and couldn't finish it off, but hopefully it's coming soon.
Yeah, man, you've had a hell of a season. I know, and I can speak for Aaron also. I know we're both proud of you, what you're doing here, but we're both pulling for you, and I know you're doing the same for us. But good luck tonight, and anything you want to say, all's yours.
Yeah, everybody can go check out www.savageedge.com, pick yourself up some TNA apparel and Savage Edge graphics on Facebook, and check out my store also.
Oh, 10-4. Rick, Chris, he's all yours.
I mean, Corey's already sick of hearing from me, man. And by the way, I did drink that White Claw for Terry last week. I sent pictures. I'll never drink it again. But man, I love the 3. I love what you do. You know, obviously we promote your business out there, man. Hopefully it helps you out. And I just want to wish you luck here tonight in Michigan.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, all the plugs help out a lot. Thanks for doing that.
And Rick, I appreciate you holding up to your bet there with Chris.
Yeah, I'm never betting again, though.
But Chris, we got to figure something out. If I get a podium, Rick's got to do something.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Terry. We're going to figure that out. And here's the thing. You get yourself up in the top 3, and we'll figure it out on our end.
I'm thinking he has to change his shirt.
So you're mad that I'm wearing the Shermanator shirt again for another Sunday night, huh?
No,
way to put the pressure on.
There we go.
Next week will be the Aaron Bach-over shirt.
And mine's too small, so
Yours is way too small, brother.
It happens, you know. We like to eat up here in the booth. There's no question about that. Anyways, yeah. Hey, good luck to both of you guys out there tonight.
Thanks,
Michigan,
buddy.
I know, Terry, you've been looking at this one for a little while here on the schedule, and let's see if you can get it done. And Corey, good luck to you too, brother.
Thanks, guys. Have a great broadcast.
Thanks a lot,
Always.
guys. We'll talk at you later.
All right. That's Terry Foster and Corey Sherman out of Team TNA, and they're going to be working real hard out there to try and win here tonight. And I have no doubt that they're going to be able to do something. About 3 minutes left here of qualifying. And, of course, during qualifying, it's a little bit different here at the Blazing Pedals. Rick, we've talked about it ad nauseum, really, but it's one of the best changes I think they've made coming into this season.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. I mean, it changes things up for you and I, too. I mean, you know, so many races that we broadcast and we watch broadcast, you know, the guys do the single file stuff, which is all cool and everything. But Blazing Pedals this season has opened it up to everybody as we see the Shermanator getting out there on track in his number 3. So they're all going to be racing together now. I mean, this could work out for them, and it could also hurt them. I mean, you can be really fast if you run in a pack, especially if you're running with your teammates. But what we've noticed a lot of times, guys will go out there, they will get out of the draft from the car that's ahead of them, and they kind of just run single file anyway. But a lot of things can change. I mean, guys can really work together and put themselves in the position that they want. But, man, I don't know if anybody can catch Dakota Todd tonight because he's been fast here in practice.
Yeah, he certainly has been. Let's take a look at his best lap time of 40.07. Hank Caston able to pull off a 41.5, and Jamie Walker a 41.8. So very close. And if you want to keep going, let's do it. Brian Dees a 42.1. Aaron Bach-over a 42.3, actually tied with Jason Powell for the best lap time here in practice with that 42.3. Derek Garrison a 42.7. Rick, that's 0.2 of a second separating first place and seventh place. and it just keeps being tight all the way down the scoreboard.
Yeah, looking at these laps so far, Chris, they are very tight out there. So we're in for a good race. I mean, Blazing Pedals does an amazing job. I mean, this is one of the tracks that they put on, I don't want to say the best show, but it really is the best show, Chris. I mean, we've seen some really good races here at Michigan, so I'm excited to be here tonight. These guys bringing the K&N/ARCA cars here, as iRacing has changed the name of them, folks, but they are still the K&N cars here at Blazing Pedals, so I'm excited to see them fly around this track. I mean, the truck series last season, races here, I mean, we were actually the tiebreaker for the championship. This is where the championship race was, Chris, and it was just outstanding races all season long here at Michigan, so I'm excited for it.
Well, there you go. And I want to send out a happy belated birthday to the driver of the number 4. That's Hayden Wheeler. His birthday was yesterday.
Happy belated, buddy.
And congratulations for making it one more time around that sun. 366 days this year because of the leap year. Pretty cool stuff out there. Happy birthday to you, Hayden. Also, happy birthday to you out there, Tim. I know that's coming up very soon, so go out there and celebrate. Speaking of celebrating, Hank Casson celebrating being second quickest here tonight so far, Rick. But it's all about to change here as we leave practice and go into qualifying. It's what it's going to be all about, really. It's going to be very interesting to see how these guys kind of get together and qualify. 25 drivers scheduled here tonight from this 2-mile track known as Michigan. Let's see who dares to get out there first, Rick. That's going to be the kicker here. It looks like Jason Powell, Dakota Todd, getting ready to come on out onto pit road. And a whole bunch of others.
Pretty cool to see if they continue on with the single file type stuff, Chris. We see a bunch of them going out of pit road there together, but will it last that way? I highly doubt it.
Yeah, we're going to find out as we get in this first little hot lap here, and then it'll be live session qualifying. 10 minutes on the board to qualify right here from Michigan, the Blazing Pedals, getting it done along with TRJkarting.com.
TRJkarting.com is your #1 online source for karting components, engines, and safety gear. They have a huge selection for the novice to the professional and a dedicated section for sim racers. No matter how you do it, your desire and passion to go fast fuels them. Their focus is to put their customers into victory lane. Make sure you check them out at TRJkarting.com and give them a like on Facebook.
And make sure you do check out TRJkarting.com. They're available both at TRJkarting.com and on Facebook. Make sure to say hi to Tim for us. Tim Habiak, the owner of TRJkarting.com, does so much for this league and for his son in person. Up front so far, guys, we've got 4 who have qualified. Dakota Todd so far, quickest here in qualifying, followed by Derek Paulson, Jace. Oh, it's changing quickly now as Aaron Bockover takes over third. Just like that, John Perkins comes in and takes over third, so it is definitely switching quick. Right now, it's Todd, Paulson, and Perkins. Aaron Bockover, Jason Powell, your quickest 5. Dalton Kilroe sitting just outside in 6th spot in his number 41. But the man on the mission right now, the guy on screen, the 63 of Dakota Todd, and he has really been firing it up here lately, Rick. Expect big things out of this 63.
Yeah, Todd, I mean, he always starts out very strong, Chris, and the last couple of tracks there, he's been having issues around mid-race, so hopefully 63 stays strong here tonight, and he's been racing very, very hard for a win, so wants to do what he has to do. Already locked into the chase, but he wants to become another multi-time winner here.
Oh, absolutely, and once you're locked in, it's time to start playing, so why wouldn't you? Check out the new qualifying board on the bottom, guys. It's just telling you how many laps they've gone green and what their final time was. It's really enjoyable for me. I can kind of keep an eye on everything along with you, and that's pretty neat. And Napa says, hey, I'm going to stick with Terry Foster. Yeah, he keeps changing, but I guess he is with Terry now, Rick. He thinks Terry's got it here. Coincidentally enough, we're watching Terry in the 86.
Yeah, I just got on him. I don't know about them white rims. I might have to buy him some black spray paint again, but the number looks a lot better this week.
Yeah, it does. It sure does. Well, let's go and take a look at the 41. That's Dalton Kilroe, of course, multiple-time winner here on a Sunday night. Kilroe right now, third fastest here in qualifying. He's being followed by John Perkins. Now Taylor the Butcher Benjamin up there in the top 5. Ian Habiuk with a great qualifying run so far, Rick. If this sticks, I think this might be his best qualifying effort so far this season.
Yeah, the season's been kind of up and down for Ian in that number 16 TRJKarting.com Toyota Camry, Chris. And last couple of weeks, though, he's really been pouring it on and having a good race. So we'll see how it is tonight. I see that his dad is in the spotter booth with him, so I'm sure that's going to help after having a couple of weeks of not having him there. I'm sure that's a huge change for Ian after, you know, you're going from listening to your dad spotting, getting all kinds of information, then you go to iRacing for a few weeks and you get minimal information. Now Tim's back. So I expect to see big things out of Ian here tonight. And he always does good at this track, too. So it's going to be real cool to see how far up the ladder that 16 can go.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go on over and look at Patrick Abrahamson, who so far qualifies in the 19th spot. Going to come down, probably get some tires, go out there and try it again, Rick. That's one of the nice things about this qualifying setup is you have those 10 minutes to get it going.
As he pulls into his pit right now, Chris, so you know that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to just do the kind of restart thing and get back out there, see what he can do. Now, it's going to be hard. He's got to find, if he finds somebody that he can run with, maybe get a little draft going in here at Michigan with the 2 miles down this place, we can really pick up some time. But I think we're going to see some good things out of the 11 tonight.
Yeah, I think we might see some good things here out of the 10 machine. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin so far second quickest here in practice. Taylor is locked in on the chase by virtue of winning at Talladega, and now Taylor is looking to find a little extra speed here at Michigan and wants to go ahead and get that 10 right up as close to the front as he can. Remember, tonight it is going to be stage racing up top on your screen. It's going to show you lap number 36, going to be stage number 1, lap 72, stage number 2. And then we're going to round the whole thing off with the 120th lap being the last one here tonight. Can't wait to get to the action, but still have a little bit of work to do here in qualifying. As we have about 3.5 minutes left of qualifying. Look at this, a little race here between the fastest two, and the Butcher was able to get around Dakota Todd.
That's going to be the thing, Chris. I mean, I've been watching the Butcher. He started in the top 10, worked his way up to the top 5. Whoa, blistering lap there by Jamie Walker in the 88, something that we are not surprised to see. Jamie Walker just took the pole away from Dakota Todd right now, Chris.
Yeah, so Walker comes down, gonna hit the pit road and maybe get some more tires and get back out there, or take a little break. He's got the top spot. He doesn't need to prove anything else right now. And it looks like we have two drivers that haven't come. Well, actually, that's not true. Corey Rutherford is out there. Fred Thompson has not hit the track yet to qualify his number 46. And that's the only driver that's not going to qualify, it looks like, Rick, as now we're getting down there about 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
We'll see how Rutherford does there in the 55 machine, Chris, right now as he's heading down the backstretch. But yeah, Fred Thompson maybe just saying, hey, listen, I'm just going to hang out back here, let you guys do your race thing. I'm just going to get out there, get some experience, and have some fun.
Very true.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely not. Jamie Walker back out on track. It kind of surprises me, as he had the top spot. But maybe he wants to try a couple of things. And, you know, this is the time to do it. You have the top spot, Rick. Why not get out there and just try a couple of things, see if you can't improve on that time. And if not, you can go right back to what you were doing and make that baby work for you. Jamie Walker working his second lap since coming back out.
Well, that's one thing I like about this open qualifying like this, Chris. I mean, how many times have you gone out there? It's just you by yourself. So you might go out there and just see what you can do by yourself. But here with other cars out on the track, you can try different lines, see how your car feels in traffic, and maybe pull a little information out of that to see what you can learn. Like you said, maybe find that line that you're looking for, that you know, maybe that little extra tenth or so of speed. And this is the best way to do it, because you can see how the car feels in traffic or by yourself. It doesn't matter. But I think you get a lot more information than just going out there by yourself, driving around the track with no other cars.
Oh, absolutely, you can. There's still a bunch of cars out there with just under a minute left here in qualifying. Rick Thompson bringing it down pit road. Still out there, though. Derek Paulson in his 6 car. Derek, one of those drivers, also locked in, and right now 5th quickest during this qualifying event. He's put 7 laps down though, Rick, so he's working on it.
That he is.
Checkered flag on the field indicating that qualifying session is done. Couple of drivers still out there, just finishing up. And you say Harry the flagman out there throwing that checkered flag out just as hard as he can, trying to get everybody to come on down pit road as we get ready to start this one up. And Patrick Abrahamson still out there running some time, Rick.
Well, he's using it up as much as he possibly can, but hey,
He sure did.
now he's kicked off. He's like, okay, time to grid.
Well, let's get ready to grid them up. Your pole sitter tonight, driving the number 88, it's going to be Jamie Walker, and sitting to his outside, it's going to be the 63 of Dakota Todd. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in his number 12, in his number 10, and to his outside, it's going to be the 76 of Rick Thompson. Derek Paulson in the 6 starts inside row number 3. In 5th position to his outside, Dalton Kilroe starts in 6th position. In 7th tonight, it's going to be the 33 of John Perkins. And to his outside, Brian Dees with a new paint scheme here tonight. Starting in 9th position, it's going to be Corey Sherman in the 3 car. And to his outside, it's the birthday boy himself, Hayden Wheeler, in his number 4. Starting in 11th position, it's going to be the 16, the kid, Ian Habiak. And to his outside, Rick, it's going to be the number 5 of Hank Caston.
And starting in 13th position, Chris, the 18 of Jason Powell. On his outside, the 1 of Ty Morosco. Brad Collins qualified his 22 machine in 15th position. Next to him on the outside, the 44 TNA Motorsports driver of Aaron Bockover. Big Daddy Brian McRae got his 35 qualified in 17th position. with the 8 of Derek Garrison in 18th. David Bennett in the 13, qualified in 19th position. On his outside is going to be Nick Okie in the 9. Gary Foster tried his hardest, but hey, he's qualified that number 86. It's the white rims, I'm telling you, in 21st position. Patrick Abrahamson is in 22nd. AC Campbell in the 73 going to be in 23rd, and Corey Rutherford is going to start that 55 in 24th position. And Fred Thompson, can't forget Fred Thompson, 25th tonight.
Fred Thompson bringing up the pole here tonight, or excuse me, not the pole, shotgun on the field. My goodness. Oh boy. Have we got some stuff for you guys here tonight? I can't wait for you to see everything that we are able to do. The information that we can extract from the racing surface is going to be very awesome. And we're just crossing fingers, hoping that everything goes right. If not, it's the first time we're using this thing here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
That's right. Bear with us, folks, because it's all new. We have a lot of information. The buttons aren't as big as the other ones, and Chris and I's old eyes, well, we're going to have fun with this, man. But welcome.
Tim checking in on chat, trjkarting.com. Remember, that is the race sponsor. Check them out, trjkarting.com, and on Facebook. As we get ready to go for the first time here tonight from Michigan, the 88 of Jamie Walker, your race leader, green flag in the air. A very good start so far here from Michigan as these cars starting to roll up to speed. Jamie Walker leads them through turns 1 and 2 for the first time here tonight. Dakota Todd drops down in line ahead of Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in his 10 car. And I have to go back just a little ways to start seeing 2 wide. Oh, 3 wide, as we got one going back, way back, and it's Dalton Kilroe.
Yeah, Dalton Kilroe got into the wall, Chris, just a little bit, lost a lot of speed there in the 41. He's kind of holding it off there, letting everybody go by. So right now, he just dropped about 18 positions, Chris, sitting down there in 24th.
18 positions is the call as we are working lap number 2 here, and still these guys are being very, very well behaved here. You have to go way back to, well, I was going to say 8th spot, but now it's 9th. Corey Sherman, Ian Habiak battling it out for 9th position, 2 wide. And Habiak takes that one away. Sherman starting to go backwards a little bit on the inside line, just like that. He keeps the power down on the 3 car. The 18 stuck on the outside. Sherman working the inside lane. Going to see if this is okay right now, Rick. I don't know. I think the top side may have an early advantage here, but it's all about how willing you are to throw that thing into the corners, knowing that you're going to have to eat some tire to do it.
Well, that's the thing, and I'm sure that's on Corey's mind, Chris, as he goes around, and finally Powell gets around him on the outside, so the Shermanator should move up behind the 18th there. But Powell makes a good, clean pass, and you're right, man. Here in Michigan, you want to run that top line at least through halfway through the race, and you'll see some moves, and we see Ian Habiak working the inside right now of Hayden Wheeler. And of course, he's following around the 33 of John Perkins. Oh, boy.
Oh, the 17 gets up into the wall, just tags it a little bit. He's holding it there, Rick, but following quite a few positions. And just like we saw with Dalton Kilroe, and Brian Dees drops down to 22nd spot, 14 positions away from where he started. Terry Foster, hey, he's moving pretty good here. He's up 5 from where he started. Running in the 16th spot, we just saw him get around Brian McRae. Patrick Abrahamson following him through. And meanwhile, up top, the Butcher has taken away the race lead from our pole sitter here of Jamie Walker. In fact, Walker down to 4th position, Rick. Rick Thompson, Dakota Todd have taken over 2nd and 3rd. So Jamie Walker all the way back to 4th. And here comes the kid, Ian Habiak on the outside. We're going 3 wide. Oh, there's some moves going on out there. My Lord.
We're seeing Jamie Walker do what we're so used to him, seeing him do, Chris. He's out there trying to save his equipment, so he's letting these guys race it out. He fell back a couple more there. Now he's in 11th position, so 10 spots from where he started from.
These guys not afraid to be racing here tonight as they've gone 2-3 wide a good portion of this race. Look who else is starting to drop back a little bit. It's the 63 of Dakota Todd. He's back to 5th spot. Jamie Walker continues to let himself fall, and I believe you're right, Rick, probably just saving those tires a little bit. This is probably just a ploy to save those tires.
Save them for as long as you can. Stay out there for as long as you can, and have that extra set there during that last stage, Chris. And I think that's what's on a lot of drivers' minds. I think people are starting to maybe rewatch the videos here on Turn 3 Racing Network, seeing what they can learn from their fellow competitors, and we're seeing a lot of that happen. There's a lot of guys that are down. Dakota Todd now down into the top 10, sitting in 10th position. Jamie Walker has fallen to 14. Derek Paulson's dropped down 12 positions. He's sitting in 17th. A lot of guys, let these guys race it out. Save your tires. Do what you have to do. But there's also a lot of guys, Chris, who haven't had a chance to lock in their spot yet for the chase, and they're really racing hard now. Right now, Rick Thompson sitting in 2nd position, trying to catch the Butcher. Of course, we know Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, TBB, has been locked in for that Talladega win. Look at the kid, Ian Habiak, up 7 positions already, Chris, sitting in 4th.
Yeah, another guy up 7 positions. He's sitting back in 14th spot. It's Terry Foster. David Bennett, Derek Garrison, 13 and 8, also are up 7 positions. So a lot of movers going forward here early on in this one. Not afraid, Rick, to use up some of those tires to try and get to the front here. And that's cool.
That is cool. I mean, only 9 laps in so far, Chris, of 120, and these guys putting on a heck of a show. We're already starting to see a lot of different strategies happen out, so it's going to get interesting as this race goes a little further to see how all this pans out.
We'll have to adjust another graphic, Rick, but yeah, I'll do that at some point here during the race. Nobody will know.
That's one of the nice things about this program, Chris.
So Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, your race leader. Rick Thompson, John Perkins, your top 3. Habiak has made it up to top 4. And right behind him, a happy belated birthday to Hayden Wheeler. Wheeler doing a fine job. He's up 5 spots from where he started, Rick. And Hayden Wheeler running in that top 5 just outside of it. Hank Caston in the 5 car. Then you got to go back just a little ways to catch up to Corey Sherman. Timer Roscoe sitting in the 8th position. Jason Powell sitting in 9th position. And Derek Garrison in the 8 car is actually up 8 spots. So doing a good job running in the top 10. In 11th spot, it's David Bennett with Dakota Todd behind him with a battle going on with Terry Foster right now. If Foster can get around him, he'll be the biggest mover of the night so far. But not going to be the case, at least not this time, by as he falls right behind the rear bumper of the 63. And
Tim, I love Tim, Chris. He's sending me stuff on TeamSpeak.
Oh,
You can tell he's a proud dad right now with his boy sitting in 4th.
well, yeah, you would have to be. I mean, come on. The kid running in 4th spot. Out of Carolina. It doesn't specify north or south, but we know it's north.
I thought it was west.
Nope. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not it.
That's where all the good racers come from. I'm just saying.
I got you. Well, Rick, we got 13 green flag laps here. We've got a new leader in Rick Thompson, who just got around Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. I think it's time. I think it's time. We're gonna tell y'all right now. If you're watching on a computer, make sure that the volume is all the way up. If you're watching on your phone, hit the rocker dial up to 10. And if you're watching on the big screen, go ahead and put that thing on 100, because we are going to turn it up. And we come back live. Why, you ask? Because green flag stops are starting to happen here, Rick.
Yeah, they've been starting here for the last couple of laps here, Chris. A couple of guys have come in so far. Brad Collins in the 22 has come in. Aaron Bockover, Dalton Kilrow, Hayden Wheeler, and Jamie Walker so far. In their pits right now, Nick Okie, Brian McCrae, Jason Powell, Corey Sherman, and Derek Paulson, and Dakota Todd.
Yeah, a bunch of drivers down there. Rick Thompson, your race leader in his number 76, up 3 spots. And doing a fine job here so far. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin picking up second spot. He is up 1 position from his starting spot. and John Perkins up 4 into third spot, Rick. Perkins having a good night here so far early on in this one with 100 to go.
That lap's starting to tick down already, Chris. I mean, 20 gone. Like you said, 100 to go. All green flag. A lot of guys going down for fuel only, getting that full tank of Sunoco Racing fuel to stretch it out to the end of the stage, number 1.
And right now it looks like 18th on back, at least 1 lap down.
1 lap down, yeah.
On that list, Dakota Todd, Derek Paulson, Dalton Kilroe, Brian McRae, Jason Powell, Aaron Bockover, Nick Okie, and Brad Collins. That is the list of the guys that are down at least a lap right now, and they are battling back, waiting for all the pit stops to kind of get cycled through, and then we'll find out where we're really at. Right now, Rick Thompson dominating out there. Remember, we do have stage racing here tonight. Make sure to look to the top of your screen. I believe it's lap number 36 for the first stage to end. Rick Thompson hanging out right on the back bumper, Rick, of the guy that was, well, he was the guy that we talked to during the walk down pit road. Terry Foster was talking to Corey Sherman. Sherman now right on the cusp of going down a lap to your race leader.
As a lot more drivers go into the pits, Chris. Perkins, Caston, Garrison, and Campbell all down pit road now to get their service done here. I think a lot of drivers learned something as Rick Thompson peels off, Chris, so he's going to be giving up the lead here to come down and get his service done. Follows him.
Oh, fine move going on to pit road, bud, as the one of Ty Morosco tried to make position on Ian Habiuk, and that was a great move he tried. Fred Thompson, the last guy out there, and it looks like he's slowed up, trying to get himself down onto pit road. And that is going to help out Jamie Walker quite a bit here. Looks like a couple of drivers are leaving pit road. Will Jamie Walker be able to get there? It's going to be a little bit of a race here, but Thompson is out of the pits before anybody else. Will it be enough? Jamie Walker up to third spot and closing.
And closing as he works on the outside. He's passing the Butcher right now, Chris, and he's got a heck of a run here, so I think he's going to be taking over the lead from Rick Thompson.
So we've got a pass for the race lead. After all these pit stops have kind of settled out, Jamie Walker out there getting it done in his number 88, the TRJ Karting.com Chevrolet, first across the start finish line, this time by.
You know, I think if Rick Thompson had about maybe a half a second to a second quicker out of his pit stall, Chris, not back out to the racing surface for maybe a half a lap there, he'd have been able to hold off Walker, but Walker just had the speed. But Thompson really starting to pick up speed as that 76-speed Mafia machine gets up to cruising speed there, Chris. That Dodge looking pretty good, and he's starting to catch the back bumper of the 88.
Will it be enough? You know, Rick, we've talked about it so many times. You can always try and catch, but to try and pass, that's something completely different.
You know, we saw some interesting stuff at the beginning of the race. Chris Walker got the pole here, but he fell back. You know, save his equipment a little bit, came down pit road just when he needed to, and it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, obviously, we're getting close to the end of the stage number 1 here. I mean, it's not going to take much time, really, for these laps to tick off. I mean, good green flag run here. Got some good green flag pit stops going out. You're right, he's going to try to pass him, but I don't think Walker's going to make it easy for him.
Now, the biggest thing to keep in mind right now, Rick, is everybody's pretty much on the same tire schedule. So, really no harm, no foul here for the 88. He knows he was one of the quickest drivers out there. He was the pole sitter for tonight's race.
Rick Thompson's hungry though, Chris. He's not locked in yet, but we already know that Jamie Walker has been locked in 5 times so far this season.
Yeah, he's been locked in time and time again. Wouldn't mind making it another time, in fact. Speaking of another guy that's been locked in several times, it is the 41 of Dalton Kilroe. Kilroe currently being scored in the 11th position as he makes a pass on Corey Sherman. So the 41 trying to find a little late stage speed out of that Daddy O's Turn 3 Racing Network machine. Right now he's running behind Derek Polson in the Crisp IPA.
Paulson's trying to get up to Dakota Todd there in the 63. Todd working on the back bumper of Garrison. As Garrison gets a good run, gets right up to the back bumper of the 17 of Brian Dees.
Yeah, Dees, that gray and green car to the inside. A different paint job this race. And going forward, as we've had our sponsorship change, and now it's the S&M Motorsports machine. And you know what? I don't mind that car one bit. I kind of like the green popping off from that gray.
Yeah, if you look at Ty Morosco's also, Chris, Ty Morosco has kind of the sister paint job to that number. Lost me to the number 17. There we go. Lost my train of thought there for a second. He's got that aqua blue. I kind of like that too, and the teal.
Meanwhile, we've had us pass Rick Thompson, able to pass Jamie Walker. Let's go back and take a peek at how that happened. It was on the inside and just rolled it into the corner. And really just kept his foot in it as Rick Thompson takes over the race lead. And here comes the 88 on the inside now, trying to return the favor. Jamie Walker. Oh, caution on the field. Hank Caston. Let's go back, take a peek. We see him up in the wall. Oh, comes down, gets into the 8, in the 63 of Dakota Todd. Oh, no. Let's go back and look at that again. By virtue of this beautiful new overlay, we can do some pretty cool stuff. So we see him on the wall here. Ty Morosco right behind him. And just kicks off the wall into the 8, into the 63. The 5 goes for a ride. Good news for him, not a lot of damage. But brings out the first caution here as Jamie Walker was trying to get back to the race lead, Rick. And that is not going to happen.
You know, now, Chris, a lot of that strategy kind of thrown out the window a little bit.
Yeah, let's see here. If I had to guess, we're going to have 2 laps left when we go back to the green flag. Well, it's not done yet. There's going to be some strategy at play here. And it looks like it's starting already. Jamie Walker peels down off from the racing surface, comes on down pit road. The Butcher joining him. Oh, I'm sorry. No, the Butcher stays out.
Walker, the only driver within the top 10, Chris, that came down pit road. Everybody else kind of acted like they were going to go with him, but kind of faked him out. A couple other guys, though. Aaron Bockover, Gary Foster, Hank Caston. Those guys all going in down pit road. Now, this is going to be kind of an advantage. Maybe they don't do so well in stage number 1.
Yeah, but boy, does that really set them up for stage number 2.
A word in from race control, Chris, the 5 is going to be getting the EOL. We're bringing out the first caution here tonight at Michigan.
Yeah, I don't think they could really pull that any other way. Let's go back and look at that one again. As we see, he was on the wall, comes down into the 8, the 63 with no place to go. and that sends the 5 around for a ride. And yeah, race control is definitely on it there. Like I said, I don't think there's any other way that they could have picked that one to happen, Rick. So good call out of them. As the 5 still on track. Hank Caston still on the lead lap, but he's down 12 positions from where he started here tonight in that 24th position. Unfortunately, not so lucky for Derek Garrison, one of the other drivers involved in that, as he is sitting on pit road still, Rick.
Yeah, the 8's got some heavy damage on it, Chris. I see some scrape paint. Actually, I shouldn't say heavy damage because the car doesn't look all that bad, but definitely out there letting his crew work on it, trying to get it fixed up as much. I see some crinkling there in the right rear bumper.
Well, here we go.
A little messed up, but I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah. Well, he's got to get out there first. Right now, Brian D is also joining him on pit road as we're getting ready to go back under the green flag. Pace car lights are off on the Ford Mustang. We're cruising on down the back stretch. Of course, this is a 2-mile track, Rick, so you have the opportunity. You can come down pit road, get some gas maybe, and get right back out there, and that's exactly what it looks like Brian Dees did as he is getting back out on the track, trying to join the tail end of the field. Our focus up front, though, as Rick Thompson, Taylor the Butcher, Benjamin trying to battle it out here to see who could win the stage. Or will it come from the second row? John Perkins, Hayden Wheeler. Boy, what a birthday present that would be for Hayden, huh?
That'd be huge.
Pace car off the field. Coming on down pit road. The field belongs to Rick Thompson now. Thompson with a great start there, Rick. And he's going to bring John Perkins along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with the Butcher there, Chris.
I think he just missed it. I mean, honestly, I think he missed it. John Perkins didn't, though. Perkins right on the back bumper of Rick Thompson. And how cool would this be? You got a couple of drivers up there that we're not accustomed calling up front, and they are battling it hard right now, trying to determine who is going to be as we're under caution. Oh boy. Unfortunately, it looks like we got a couple of cars out there that are calling out the caution. We got Fred Thompson off from the 17. Oh my Lord, Ian Habiak also involved, Hank Caston involved as well. Oh, that's a big one, Rick. We're going to have to rewind. Take a look at this one again. The 46 and the 17 get together. Ian Habiak, but the guy I was looking at, the heavy damage again, is Hank Caston. Let's go right back and look at this one again here. As up ahead of him is the trouble spot, and then, oh my goodness. I mean, the hood was off for a second, then, you know, the cables protected him, brought the hood back on somehow. But wow. And I believe that this caution means Rick Thompson is going to be the stage 1 winner. When we figure all this out, guys, we will be back. And until then, don't you dare go away. We're going to go side by side so you don't miss anything. Welcome back here to the Turn 3 Racing Network, bringing you all the action, and we've had two very quick caution flags. And Rick, what did admin say about the last one?
Well, 17, Brian Dees got into, I believe it was Fred Thompson there, Chris, is what brought it out, the caution. So the 17 is going to get an EOL penalty for this that caution, and now stage 1 is now complete.
And so stage 1 is done. That means Fred Thompson in the 76 is going to be your stage 1 winner as we get ready to go back to the green flag. Congratulations goes out to him for winning stage number 1 here tonight. And that means, Rick, that we are working into stage number 2. And if you guys like stage 1, well, guess what? Here comes another one just like it. Gonna end on lap number 72, and then it's a shootout to lap 120 here from Michigan. It's been a good one here so far, Rick. Only 2 very quick cautions. Other than that, it's been all kinds of green flag racing here tonight.
One interesting thing that, I'm thinking, Chris, is any strategy that anybody had, it's kind of thrown out the window now. So it's kind of been reset. The whole race has been pretty much reset. Now stage 2, they're going to try to figure it out from there.
Biggest mover of stage 1 going to go to the 73 of Casey Campbell, up 15 spots, Rick.
Yeah, Campbell having a good night, Chris. I don't want to mess with his mojo too much, but he's another one of those drivers that really needs a good race here for the season. He's been working hard all season long, and I think we're going to see some stuff out of that 73.
Yeah, I believe
and
it,
hopefully
right.
he sends up some barbecue up here to the pit. I want that Champions barbecue.
Uh-huh. Well, pace car lights are off. We're working the back stretch of this big 2-mile track. So in about a mile or so, Rick, we're going to go back to green flag racing. Rick Thompson, John Perkins, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and Hayden Wheeler are going to be your top 4. In 5th spot, it is going to be Ty Morosco on the inside in that gray and turquoise number 1, who is outside. We haven't talked about him too much so far here tonight. The 41 of Dalton Kilroe, right back to his original starting spot, Rick, of 6th spot here tonight.
Yeah, of course, we saw Dalton there early on in the race, got up into that wall, so he kind of held it there, and lost a lot of positions, Chris. So to get back up to where you started, that's pretty dang good.
Terry Foster up 10 positions. Nick Okie up 11. And again, the big mover of stage 1, Casey Campbell, riding in 8th position. As we go back under the green flag, Rick Thompson and John Perkins battle it out for the race lead.
Man, Chris, I don't know what's going on with the TBB tonight here. The Butcher kind of lax on the restarts there a little bit, but now starting to pour it on there on the inside of the 33. But right now, Perkins has a really good run. He's going to be able to clear that 10. And look at Hayden Wheeler in that 4.
Yeah, Hayden Wheeler getting a heck of a run on that outside lane, Rick, as right now he's being scored in 3rd, but on the inside, the 10 fighting back. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin coming back to the inside and doing a good job. He makes that pass happen. Hayden Wheeler falls in line in his number 4. He's running in the 4th position. In 5th spot, Ty Morosco in that number 1 car, his teammate. Unfortunately, part of that last caution. Hayden Wheeler having a fine birthday weekend here, Rick, running 4th spot right now. Up front of him, though, it's the Butcher, as he's putting pressure on Perkins right now, and the Butcher may have that position, and he does by just a little bit.
I don't know where the speed out of the 10 has come, Chris, but maybe he's just taking it easy, knowing that his tires are a little worn. And but man, that 10 car is fast.
And there are some fast cars out there here tonight as the cream starts to rise to the top, so to speak. It always does, week in and week out. I'll tell you what, though, the 76 has got some turbo or some nitrous or something going on under the hood, because this stage, man, is he fast.
Well, Chris, that Speed Mafia 76 has always been fast, and within the last couple of weeks there, we've been really seeing some great things out of Rick Thompson. And very talented driver, Chris. That Dodge is just on fire, but, it seems to go away. So it's really good to see him here at, the beginning of stage number 2, leading this pack around Michigan. And let's hope it stays there because, Rick Thompson deserves it. He's been racing hard all season long, and it's about high time for him to get a win.
Yeah, it sure is. Of course, the Butcher.
There's also 24 other drivers out there that deserve it too.
I was going to say, there's a lot of guys out there right now.
Holy cow.
The Butcher launches, and I mean launches himself to the front. Unbelievable. Let's go back, Rick, and look at that pass again because it came out of nowhere. Now, the 76 kind of got close to the wall. I guess that's what gave him the ability to do it. So Rick Thompson actually had a little wiggle there, got close to the wall, had to let off, and that is what gave the lead over to Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. I hear you oohing.
Yeah,
I hear you oohing.
The 63 and the 30 and the 33, Chris, almost got into it. Both drivers let off and held it. But Jamie Walker makes the pass on the 33 and the 76. And holy cow, he's bringing Terry, the man Foster, with him. Terry Foster moves into third position, up 18 spots. At the beginning of this race, Chris, there's a gaggle of cars all around these guys right now.
Oh, my Lord. Terry Foster in third spot, Rick. What are you going to do if he has a podium finish, Rick? Oh, my goodness.
I think I suffered enough drinking that black cherry White Claw.
Oh, too much.
My stomach has not been right since.
Hey, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Turn 3 Racing Network here on a Sunday night. We're bringing you the TRJKarting.com Blazing Pedals K&N series here on YouTube and over on the Pride Outdoor Network, PrideOutdoorNetwork.com, your source for all outdoor shows, and there are some pretty darn good ones. And speaking of pretty darn good ones, look at this. We've got a battle for the race lead. Jamie Walker to the inside of the 10. The Butcher gives up the race lead. The 88 makes it look easy. Here comes Terry Foster. Terry Foster sniffing out second spot. He's bringing Dakota Todd along for the ride. Terry Foster sits in that second position. Dakota Todd moves down to the inside, has a run on the 86. Now Dakota Todd takes over second spot. Terry Foster takes a look on the inside, wasn't going to get there, decides he's going to stay right behind the 63, and oh my goodness.
Chris, it's hard for us up here in the booth because we love all the drivers here at Blazing Pedals, obviously, and all the leagues that we broadcast, and it's hard to pick just a favorite one, but let me tell you, I'm so happy for Terry Foster. He has worked so hard during the off season. He told us the trucks really weren't his thing, and the K&N cars fit his style a little bit, and it's taken a little bit, but he's really starting to pour it on, and I think the confidence, especially after his fifth place finish last week, it's staying with him, and it's so great to see.
Oh, you couldn't ask for a better track to follow up a fifth place finish than Michigan for Terry. He loves this track, and ladies and gentlemen, it's evidence. He's up 18 spots from the start of this one to sit in that third position. Right behind him, though, the 13 of David Bennett, not having a bad night himself. The 13 is sitting in fourth spot, 15 positions up from where he started tonight.
I mean, Bennett's another guy been having some, really good strategy, Chris, and doing what he has to do. And, he's due to have a good finish also. He's been working hard week in and week out. And, you got to look down at sixth position right now, too, the 11 of Patrick Abrahamson, doing a fabulous job. He's up 16 positions from the start of this race.
Yeah, Abrahamson's been doing a fine job here tonight as well. Of course, you mentioned Bennett and Jason Powell. Butcher, who started out front here, took over the race lead for a little while, has fallen, Rick, down to seventh position. Is this that save the tire strategy, or is he just a little bit slower at this point in the race?
I'm not sure, Chris, but my mind's blowing that Terry Foster in the top three, man.
Stop
car that I
saying his
painted.
name.
No, I want to see if it's really true. I'm just kidding, Terry. No, super proud of you, man. I can't be happier. Kind of, I wish I could fit in a size small T-shirt, but it's definitely not happening.
Well, Dakota Todd, who was involved in one of those earlier cautions, Rick, has found himself back up in second position. So this race is kind of restarted as far as the top two go. Your pole sitter and outside pole sitter are running 1 and 2 here on lap number 48.
As the 88 goes around Fred Thompson in the 46, here comes Dakota Todd around him. So yeah, I mean, it's starting to work its way out. But I mean, both Dakota Todd and Jamie Walker, as we know, Chris, very, very fast drivers. So we're kind of missing Dalton Kilroad right now. Where's Kilroad? Oh, he's down there. I think 4th position here tonight, but still quite a bit of laps left to go. We're not even halfway through this race yet.
You know Kilroe's running some sort of pit strategy that nobody else could even conceive of, Rick. He's down at least a lap right now and running in the 24th spot. But don't let that fool you. I don't think that's where he's going to end.
No, definitely. Dalton always has something up his sleeve. He's like the magician. He's the magic man. Look at that speed coming out of that 63, Chris.
Yeah, that interval very slowly starting to close up between first and second. And this has been absolutely short of the perfect race here at Michigan so far, with just those 2 quick cautions to end stage number 1, Rick. It's been an absolute pleasure to be bringing you all the action here tonight on Turn 3 Racing Network. Well, we're focused in on Terry Foster in his 86, the 76 right behind him, down 1 lap, trying to get it back, but falls just a little bit more. Does Rick Thompson, the 18 and the 11, able to get around him. That's Jason Powell, Patrick Abrahamson. Looks like David Bennett also able to get around him. You see the 17, Big Bad Brian Dees. Dees being scored the first car 1 lap down. As it looks like the 35 and the 10 are running on the apron. It might be pit stop time for them. Not sure what's going on with those guys.
And not sure what's going on with Big Daddy Brian McRae in the 35, Chris, but he's back up on the racing surface. So maybe he was just, didn't want to come off pit. Maybe he already went down pit road and didn't want to interfere with the racing that was going on, because this is the point in time where the drivers out on this track, they're trying to find their line. Some guys like that outside lane. The problem with that is you got to worry about the outside wall, obviously, and it will suck you right in there. We've seen it a couple times here tonight. Guys will have to fight to try to stay on it there so they don't crash anybody else out there. And kind of interesting, but Hayden Wheeler going around him, and here comes I'm trying to see what he's doing, because Brian McRae right now down on the apron once again. And it looks like he's coming in down pit road this time.
All right, so McRae coming in down pit road. And it looks like Jason Powell working his way around the 86 of Terry Foster. Trying to take over 3rd spot is the 18. He's got a little help behind him, Rick, the 11, the 13. All 3 of those drivers have been working very well together, trying to march themselves up to the front. Jason Powell leading the way for Abrahamson and David Bennett.
Made good clean passes there on demand, Terry Foster. Oh, and I just got a little tidbit of information via TeamSpeak, Chris. The crew chief, Tim Habiak, has said Ian did get his license on Friday, so congratulations to Ian Habiak. Growing so fast.
Yeah, congratulations to Ian, running in the top 10 right now. in that 10th position. A little bit of scuffed up paint on the driver's side door of the 16, and look who's coming behind him in a hurry. It's the 41. Dalton Kilroe trying to get through this field. And Rick, we've said it before, on some of these bigger tracks, tire strategy, and there has been nobody better than the 41 here in the Blazing Pedal Series. Dalton Kilroe's got this tire strategy thing figured out.
Yeah, he really does, Chris. And working hard to get back old-fashioned way, doing what he has to do, but kid's very fast. Still down 17 positions from where he started this race here, but like we said earlier, you don't expect him to stay down there for too long.
No. And there are pit stops happening for sure all around the track, so things are going to change.
Dakota Todd down pit road right now. Chris, Jason Powell, Hank Caston, David Bennett, Garrison, Patrick Abrahamson, Terry Foster came down about a lap ago. We're almost halfway through this race, Chris. We're on lap 56 of 120.
Here comes your race leader, Jamie Walker. Peels it on to pit road, and that may switch the lead on over to Derek Paulson if Paulson decides to stay out.
Paulson is staying out, Chris.
And just like that, we have a new race leader. It's Derek Paulson. Gets around the 55 of Rutherford. Rutherford, one of those drivers, unfortunately, scored at least a lap down. The Dr. Squatch Crisp IPA number 6, driven by Derek Paulson, is your race leader. Ian Habiak in the TRJKarting.com Toyota Camry running in second spot. Aaron Bockover being scored in the third spot right now. Jamie Walker picking up fourth after coming back out off from pit road. Dakota Todd behind him. Jason Powell running in the 18th, being scored in sixth spot. David Bennett in seventh. And Taylor the Butcher Benjamin has worked his way back up in the eighth spot after passing Patrick Abrahamson.
And running out that top 10, Chris Ty Marosco in the one machine as he works on the inside of Abrahamson right now. Looks like he's going to make that pass, so Ty Marosco breaks another spot into the top 10, sitting in ninth right now. Hank Caston in 11th, Terry Foster came out pit road, raced his way back up to 12th. Hayden Wheeler in 13th, Derek Garrison 14th, Brian Dees, John Perkins.
Our race leader comes down pit road. That's going to shift it on over to Ian Habiak. Habiak leads a lap.
Oh, as well as I do, Chris, his dad's voice is ringing in his ear right now.
Yep. When do we come down? Clear all around. Those are the calls being made right now.
Bet you Ian saying, "Hey, Dad, I'll mow the lawn with a pair of scissors if you let me come down and give me a fresh set of tires."
And here comes Ian Habiak on to pit road, the 44. Also coming on pit road, Sabakover, not able to stay out to lead a lap. And I should give it all back to Jamie Walker in the 88. You know, Jamie has also been working on those strategies, Rick. A couple of those earlier races, it bit him a little bit, but I think he may have figured it out.
That's one tough thing about leading a race, Chris, because all eyes are on you as you're leading the race. And, you know, I kind of like to hang back for a few. And it's something that I learned from you. You hang back, you let the leaders try to, you know, force you down into pits. If you know that you can go a few more laps than them, I mean, if you're leading the race, everyone's watching you, and they're going to try to either use that information to short pit you, or they're going to try to outlast you. So, you know, it is a tough thing, but Jamie Walker definitely figuring those things out. Back out on track, Chris, out on the racing surface, so That service went very well. Pretty quick.
Dakota Todd, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, also inside of the top 3. Then it's Tom Orozco, Jason Powell rounding out the top 5. David Bennett in 6th spot. Patrick Abrahamson right now the race's biggest mover of the race at plus 15, sitting in that 7th spot. Hank Caston, we've seen him. He's had his troubles here tonight, involved in both cautions, Rick, but currently being scored in 8th spot, plus 4 from where he started. Behind him, Terry Foster and Hayden Wheeler rounding out the top 10. So Walker, Todd, and the Butcher, your top 3. There's a little bit of a gap between Walker and Todd, about a half a second, and then it's 3 seconds back to the Butcher. And the Butcher's slowing down just a little bit here. That gap is increasing between 2nd and 3rd spot. Brad Collins just coming off from pit road, along with John Perkins and Rick Thompson. And the gap up front starting to close in just a little bit tighter. 0.3 of a second now between Jamie Walker and Dakota Todd. So Mr. Stage Racing, Mr. Restart, the 88 of Jamie Walker tries to hold on, Rick, for just about 8 more laps here to try and win stage number 2.
And I don't know, Dakota Todd trying everything he possibly can there to try to catch up to the back bumper of Walker, Chris, but Walker, once that 88 gets out there, loves that clean air, man. And like you said, it's easy to catch up to him, but passing him is a whole different story.
No, it is. And I mean, the gap is shrinking, but then you got to try and pass him. Right now, gap 0.25. So it is coming down, and Todd really does get into the corners a little bit better than Walker. But then Walker able to use the momentum off from the corner to try and stretch the lead back out. But Todd right now is slightly faster, Rick. 0.23 is the gap at the line that time. It's a game of 100ths of a second here tonight between 1st and 2nd spot, Walker and Todd. And meanwhile, the Butcher has found some speed as he is closing the gap in. He's just over a second away now from the top 2 runners. Heading in turns 1 and 2, it's still Walker, Todd, and the Butcher. The Butcher now starting to really reel him in, Rick. He is finding some speed here tonight, later in the runs, and here he comes again, just a half a second behind the back bumper of the 63.
And the 63 wants it, Chris, been racing hard, trying to get up to where he is at now, but he's going to be careful because the Butcher right behind him. Man.
And look at this. The Butcher has finally caught them. He is right on the tail, and then doesn't even stop. He goes down to the inside. He's looking to try and take over the race lead. Forget about second spot. The Butcher with a good run. Couldn't quite get there. Does take over the second spot from Dakota Todd. Todd back down to the inside, trying to take it back. Walker loving every second of this. He is looking in his rearview mirror with a big smile right now as these drivers are racing behind him. Don't smile too much though, Jamie, because the 10's got a lot of speed. Really close to the wall that time. Brings it back down with the 88. The 10 still holds on to second spot. And Dakota Todd to the inside still. Side by side racing here for second spot. The race leader just ahead of them. And they're going to split him. Rick, here comes the 10 on the outside. It's the Butcher looking to sniff out the race lead. Side by side, almost touching. The Butcher launches to the front.
Yeah, the Butcher, I mean, that 10 top flight racing machine car, very, very fast, Chris. And if anybody needs a chair, I got one because I ain't using it right now. And we're only on lap 69 of 120.
Oh, my goodness. The 88 had nowhere to go. He had to keep it in the middle. The 63 was challenging on the inside. The Butcher challenged on the outside. And the Butcher comes from over 3 seconds behind to take over the race lead here on lap number 70. Wow. And look at the Butcher go. I mean, he is pulling away, Rick. Walker, Todd sitting in second and third going, what in the heck just happened?
Well, I mean, I think they know what happened, Chris. I have a feeling that maybe the Butcher...
Oh, the Butcher comes down pit road. Oh, man, that's a strategy. He's looking for stage number 3 win. He could care less about stage 2 right now.
I'm going to keep my eyes, Chris. If you want to watch the drivers, I'm going to keep my eyes on the Butcher. Just to see if what I was going to say is possibly true.
Well, that does give the race lead back to the 88 of Jamie Walker. Here we are working lap number 71 on the end of lap 72. We will fall back under caution, but right now, Jamie Walker looking to be the stage 2 winner. And we do go to the end of the lap, so it'll be the beginning of lap 73 before that caution flag falls. Dakota Todd still pushing, trying to get there. Working that back stretch. As the Butcher, we saw him coming off from pit road as part of the shot. He's going to fight to try and stay on the lead lap. Hayden Wheeler will be the lucky dog. As we come out of turn number 4, and stage 2 going to belong to the 88 of Jamie Walker.
And
so a perfect stage 2 after just having a couple of cautions there late in stage 1. And add Jamie Walker to the list of people who are going to win a stage here tonight. Rick, that's going to give us a chance to step away for just a moment, take the break that we desperately need. This has been really, really good here tonight. Guys, we will be right back.
Listen up. The soap you shower with, it's you probably haven't even questioned what bar of soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought for her little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mama's little man? Ugh. But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. I'm talking about natural, nourishing, cold-pressed, hand-cut soap for men. Men who use their hands. Men who build things. Men who open the pickle jar on the first try. Men who catch foul balls without spilling their beer. You won't just smell good either. Your skin will be healthier and more nourished. dare I say, soft. Oh, men aren't supposed to have soft skin? Yeah, well, men weren't supposed to cry during movies. And then they made the movie Rudy. He's so little. You want to smell like the forest? Boom, pine tar, we've got you. You want to smell like the sea? Boom, nautical sage, we've got you. You want to smell like you just got off a boat in the Caribbean? Boom, bay rum, we've got you. And with 6 more cents, we've got you covered no matter what kind of man you are. Now you're wondering, why have I been doing it wrong for so long? During the First World War, big soap started taking out all the natural ingredients to make production cheaper and faster. And they replaced all the natural stuff with chemicals. Chemicals like sodium lauryl sulfate, parabens, and dioxane. Chemicals linked to depression, liver damage, cancer, and low sperm count. And worst of all, dry skin. Oh, your poor balls, all dry, empty, and sad. But there's good news. We make our soaps with natural ingredients from the earth. Ingredients like oils, plants, goat's milk, Greek yogurt, oatmeal, shea butter, and citrus. No. Turn your shower game up to 11. With the smooth lather of gold moss or the exfoliating woodsy bliss that is pine tar. Get ready to step out of the shower feeling alive. Still not sure? Here's a couple reviews from real customers. Joseph S. says,
This is the perfect bar of soap. It's like it was handcrafted in the Northwest Forest by beautiful tiny elves.
oh, tiny elves isn't enough for you? Well, here's another review from Michael A.
It makes you feel like you just stepped out of a mountain stream, and Squatch was there to hand you the towel.
Time for you to get the right tool for the job, because you're worth it, my friend. We ship it right to your door. And with a 100% satisfaction guarantee, if it's not the best bar of soap you've ever used, it's on us. Tens of thousands of men already soapscribe, which means that every month, fresh new bars of Squatch show up at their door. Click the link for Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Real soap for real men. Or don't, and continue to be mommy's little helper.
That's a wrap.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Did he click it yet? Did he click the link? He hasn't clicked the link? I would have heard about the dry, sad balls. Oof. Man, what's this guy doing? Click the link, man. Step up your shower game.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We have had an incredibly good race here so far. New race leader as we start stage number 3. It's going to be Taylor the Butcher Benjamin, and to his outside, Rick the 16 of Ian Habiuk.
Yeah, there's some strategy that's been going on, Chris. Now, I mean, it's now or never. I mean, now it's go time. I mean, we're on lap 76 right now of 120, and these guys have been having an excellent race here so far tonight from Michigan International Speedway. So we're in for a great show here as we head into turn 4 and the pace car heads down to pit road. And Habiuk out there, Taylor the Butcher, Benjamin, Jamie Walker, Dakota Todd, your top 4. Green flag's back out, but we're about to see some really interesting strategy. Who has that extra set of tires in their back pocket? We know a few drivers are good for it, but we're about to find out.
Ian Habiuk did not have the start that he was looking for on the outside. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin holds on to the race lead. Dakota Todd takes over second spot. The 88, the 16's teammate, Rick, falls down below him, makes the pass, and then climbs right back up in front. And here comes Derek Garrison. Garrison in that red number 8, involved in a caution earlier on, now picks up 4th spot.
He's up 14 positions from the start of this race, Chris, so not bad at all for being involved in a little incident earlier on in the race. Like you said, sitting in the top 5 now in 4th. And Habiuk desperately, I think, wants to try to catch up to his teammate, to maybe work with him a little bit and learn something from him, but really, I think he just wants to be up there so we can make a pass. Ian Habiuk been having a great race here as he now in 6th position. Jason Powell in the 18 sitting in 7th. Patrick Abrahamson in 8th. Ty Morosco 9th. And Terry Foster holding down the top 10 in 10th position.
Yeah, Terry Foster having a fantastic night. Corey Rutherford doing a fantastic job getting himself back on the lead lap. And Rutherford sitting in 11th position right now. The 44, Aaron Bockover, right behind him, is actually the first car 1 lap down. Up front, it's Dakota Todd looking for the race lead. And he has it, but not by very much so far. 8/100ths of a second, and now he makes the big move. And here comes the 10 back on the inside. The Butcher looking to try and get there again, can't do it. Meanwhile, Jamie Walker sits in that 3rd place going, okay, yeah, I see what I'm going up against. 41 laps to go here, Rick.
I mean, they're going to take off really quick, Chris. I mean, look how, fast it seemed that lap 80 came. And as we watch Jamie Walker work the outside there to get the pass on the Butcher falls down the 3rd. But he might not be done yet because Garrison working that outside lane too.
And
look at Derek Paulson.
Derek on the upside lane making the pass on the 10. So the Butcher early on here in stage 3 moving backwards just a little bit. And it's his teammate, Derek Paulson, following the 8 on that outside lane.
And I'm glad I'm not in that team chat right now.
Dakota Todd, your race leader. Jamie Walker in 2nd. Derek Garrison. Kind of out of nowhere, Rick. He's running in that 3rd spot. In that number 8 machine. The 6 of Derek Paulson. In 4th, and the Butcher rounds out the top 5. Look at Patrick Abrahamson. Right now, 16 spots gained from the start of this race, and Abrahamson just getting it done here in his number 11.
Yeah, right now the biggest mover here on the field, Chris, having an outstanding night. Patrick A is definitely he's happy here tonight as he's working on the actually the Butcher's working on the outside of him. Chris, we haven't mentioned it much. Derek Garrison in the 8 machine sitting in 4th place right now. We've seen him race here quite a few times here at the Blazing Pedals, and it's good to see him back out there on track.
Yeah, it is. Well, we're working lap number 82, Rick, and we know one thing for sure. They're not going to be able to make it here on fuel. And if history has taught us anything, it has taught us that some people out there still have a set of tires.
Oh, we know that there are definitely drivers out there with an extra set of tires, Chris, and I guess we wouldn't be giving anything away if we really said who they were, but I think a lot of the fans out there in the Turn 3 Racing Network and Pride Outdoor Network land know who those people are from the last few weeks especially. So it's going to get real interesting here as the laps start ticking down.
Yeah, absolutely. I really want a huge shout out here to the 86 machine, man. Terry Foster has been just tearing up this track, and I don't think that he's done yet. He is trying to catch the back bumper of the 18, Jason Powell. The 86 at one point was inside of the top 3, Rick, and well, let's just say, even if we don't say anything, we're going to owe the man something if he gets on the podium.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely figure that out. And him out there in the Turn 3 Racing Network chat, yeah, the 10 starting to lose a little momentum. Not sure what it is. Maybe trying to save is all I can think of.
Well, we've seen
that 10 is fast.
Yeah, we've seen time and time again where he really turns it on towards the end of a run, Rick, and he might like that looser condition out of the 10 machine, and certainly, with some worn tires and a little less weight in the back from less fuel in the fuel cell, the cars will kind of loosen up a little bit, and maybe that's when the 10 starts getting really comfortable. It's something to watch for sure. I don't believe he's lost his race momentum. I believe he's temporarily slower than he was.
An interesting thing that I just noticed too, Chris, the only driver within the top 6 who has not locked in, Derek Garrison, Coming back here for the Blazing Pedals here at Michigan, having a great night tonight. The only driver within the top 6 right now that is not locked in. Jason Powell's locked in. The Butcher, we talked about him being locked in. Paulson locked in. Dakota Todd, Jamie Walker, all locked in. So we might have another person, maybe.
Oh, I said it at the top. I said it at the top. I would love to have another guy join those drivers that are locked in, but we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna have to. First battle on the track for position right here between Patrick Abrahamson and Terry Foster. Foster working the inside lane of the 11 of Abrahamson, and he takes over the spot, so Terry Foster moves himself up to 7th position.
You know, Terry, no matter what I said earlier at the beginning of the broadcast about picking on your white rims, it's working for you, brother, so keep them. That might be your good luck charm right there.
No, I think you said you were going to get a can of black spray paint.
I did say that.
Yeah,
but
I thought that's what you said. Yeah,
it's working for him. Maybe the left paint that are on those rims, Chris, making that 86 a little faster. I still got to say that's one of the better cars that I've ever painted, and I painted some pretty cool cars.
Yeah, I know you have. All right, let's take a look at the running order as it goes right now. It's Jamie Walker, Dakota Todd running 1 and 2. Derek Polson running in 3rd spot. Then it's the 8 car of Derek Garrison running in 4th. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin running in the 5th position in his Top Flight Computers number 10. In 6th spot, it's the 18 of Jason Powell, with Terry Foster running behind him in 7th. Patrick Abrahamson falls down to 8th spot after Foster goes around him. And Ty Morosco running in 9th in his number 1. Corey Rutherford in the 55, doing great out there, running in the top 10. And Ian Haybiot slides back to 11th spot, Rick, after starting on the front row. Hayden Wheeler, it's the birthday boy himself. He's running in 12th position right now with Brian McRae in the 35 behind him. In 14th spot, it's the 3rd TNA member driver. Oh, no, it's not. That's the 2nd one here of Aaron Bockover in the 44. Brad Collins in the 22. Runs in 15th position. Nick Okie in his number 9. A quiet night out of Okie. Running in 16th spot. And Rick Thompson, we saw him up leading some laps earlier. Right now, marred back down in the 17th position. John Perkins running in 18th spot with Brian Dees in 19th. Dalton Kilroe sits in the 20th position, so not the night that he was looking for tonight. Casey Campbell in his number 73 runs in 21st position. Fred Thompson running in the 22nd position here tonight. And Corey Sherman is running in the 23rd position. David Bennett running in 24th position. And Hank Caston, unfortunately, has called it a night. Hank Caston will not finish this race.
I know that caution that Hank Caston was involved in, Chris. I saw his hood go flying into the hedge fence and all over the place. So that's just unfortunate there for Caston. Very fast on practice and had a good qualifying run. And, you know, unfortunate, but hey, listen, next week we head to Sonoma.
So Brian McRae, the first driver, down 1 lap right now, sitting in the 13th spot in that lucky dog position. Brian McRae wouldn't mind seeing a caution flag out there right now. Aaron Bockover is pretty darn close to him, so he would like to kind of catch the backside of the 35 if at all possible, and try and get around him, set himself up to being that first car 1 lap down. But oh, Rick, we've got a pass for the race lead going on right now. Dakota Todd sneaks down to the inside of Jamie Walker, and these two have been battling for most of the race. Walker able to hold on to it that time by. And the 88 holds a steady pace out there. tired.
Doing a good job, but man, let me tell you, that 63 Dakota Todd, he wants to get back up into the lead.
He does. He does. And I was just looking at tire fall off, Rick. Really not that bad. I'm looking at Jamie Walker's best lap time. It's a 40.54. His last time through a 41.83. So, you know, a little bit of a drop off, just over a second, 1.3 call it, is the drop off so far. Here we are, lap number 93 of 120. That's 28 laps to go. So pit stops.
Todd got a little run.
Yes.
Got a run going.
And he is still there. Heading into turn one, Dakota Todd takes the race lead in the 88. Stayed up high and kind of let him take it.
Now,
Now,
the run that the 88's getting.
yeah, look at that. On the outside, the momentum carries the 88 right back around, Rick. These guys just battling each other so hard for most of this race. It's been very impressive.
I don't want to mention any names, Chris, but you were just talking about the pit stops that are coming up, and there's a few of them going in right now. Dakota Todd going in there, Taylor the Butcher Benjamin in his pit, or heading down pit road. And there's been a few other drivers that did a little bit of a short pit thing too. So with 26 laps left to go, things are about to shake up here a little bit.
And this is where you have to be very careful as the race leader. You don't want to stay out there too long. That second fall off that I was talking about, Rick, or second and a half, that's not something you want to have to contend with when these guys come out of the pit stops that they're currently working. They are going to be much faster than you. The 88 has to be very aware of that.
You know, as he crosses the start-finish line here again in a second, he's looking down pit road going, oh boy, there's a couple guys down there that I was just racing with that coming back off. So definitely on his mind. And this is what I'm talking about. When you're the leader, Chris, I mean, all eyes are kind of on you. And I'm not just saying all the, you know, the eyes of the fans and everything. The other drivers are really trying to watch what you're doing. And now, you know, Walker probably going, man, 25 laps left. If I go around again, it's going to be 24. Not going to have enough to make it all the way.
Terry Foster, Patrick Abrahamson coming down pit road. Foster a little slow on pit road, so that may hurt him. Oh, actually, I'm looking at the race time, or the pit time, Rick, and Abrahamson a little quicker by about, I don't know, 4 tires or so quicker than Terry Foster. So something to watch out for out of the 86 machine as we start closing in on the final 20 laps here. We know Jamie Walker has to stop. We just don't know when he's going to choose to do it. The 88, your race leader, has led a good portion of this race here tonight. Derek Paulson currently sitting in the second spot, but falling back just a little bit from your race leader. Derek Garrison sits in that third position in his number 8, doing a fine job. And now the 88 peels off. The 88 comes down pit road, and that's going to give the race lead to Derek Paulson.
I just got confirmation from race control about what happened with 5 of Hank Caston, Chris. Unfortunately, he has hit the incident limit here tonight. That's why he's not out here on track. So his race, I mean, it's tough when you're involved in an accident that's, you know, not really your doing, and something like that happens. But I'm sure they're in the holler on their way back to the race shop to get ready for Sonoma next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely hear that. And what a shame for Hank. And really, he was tied up into other people's problems here tonight, and that really does stink. It didn't give him all of the incident points to take him out of the race, but it certainly didn't help. And now the 6 of Derek Paulson gives up the race lead, comes down pit road, along with Ty Morosco. Ian Habiuk still out there. Looks like he's going to come down pit road. Now we wait to see what Hayden Wheeler's going to do. Hayden Wheeler has the opportunity to try and lead a lap here. And no, he decides he's going to bring it down underneath the white line. And Dakota Todd has already come down for service, and it looks like Todd might be your next race leader.
You got Jason Powell in the 18 machine trying to chase him down, Chris, but you're absolutely right. Dakota Todd is now the race leader. The 18 sitting in second position. The Butcher in third, Jamie Walker in fourth.
As everything starts shifting around in the timing and scoring, we have to kind of chill for just a minute to kind of figure out where everybody stands.
I can tell you, Rick Thompson sitting in fifth. Derek Garrison in the 8 machine sitting in 6th position. John Perkins 7th. Derek Paulson in 8th. And Ty Morosco in 9th. And Corey Rutherford rounding out that top 10.
Yeah, it looks like Brian Dees has made his way back up to the, well, I was going to say the 11th spot, but Terry Foster goes around him. So Foster now 11th and Dees back to 12th. Man, how big would it be for Terry to have 2 back-to-back top 10 races? Back up front, it is Dakota Todd, Jason Powell, and Taylor the Butcher Benjamin fighting for second spot. Butcher goes right on around, so Jason Powell follows to third as the Butcher moves on to second spot.
And let me tell you, that 88 there, TRJ Karting, Chevy Impala is really fast, Chris. So Jason Powell got to check in his mirror to try to pull Jamie Walker off. You know, that's not easy to do. Walker running the inside lane. Powell goes up to the outside, up against the wall. Jamie Walker makes that pass. So Jamie Walker takes over third. Jason Powell down to fourth. Eric Garrison just moved up into 5th position as he was racing with Rick Thompson to try to, for that position, to take over that. And, man, that 8 is fast here tonight.
And the 88 fast, too, as he just went around Dakota Todd. So now Jamie Walker has one more gentleman in front of him to prevent being the race leader again, and that is Taylor the Butcher Benjamin. Taylor out front by about 0.7 of a second. Jamie Walker running around this track very fast right now, so the Butcher may have some company here in about 2 laps or 3 laps or so. Watching the 86 of Terry Foster, he is about 2 seconds behind 10th position. 10th position belongs to the man right there in the middle of your screen, the 55 of Corey Rutherford. And John Perkins in 9th right in front of him. Oh, Rutherford goes around. Corey Rutherford finds some late race speed, goes around the 33, and here comes the 35. That's the lap down vehicle. No longer the lap down vehicle of Brian McRae. McRae got his lap back. No, he didn't.
I was going to say, Brad
No, he didn't.
McRae,
My
looks
fault.
like Brad Collins is the first one to lap down.
Yep. So the Butcher out front, the gap 0.5 second back to Jamie Walker. Brian Dees comes down pit road. That lets Ian Habiot go around him for 12th spot. Casey Campbell picks up 13th. And the Butcher starting to stretch that lead out a little bit over the 88.
Yeah, this is interesting, Chris. Dakota Todd, the 63, Jason Powell, the 18, coming down pit road. So this was something I was kind of thinking of, and race control, Sam Baumgarten actually mentioned it to me too, and you know, he's like, I don't know if the top 3 really have enough fuel to make it to the end. Jason Powell slides into his pit stall there for the number 18 crew, getting his service done. This could get real interesting real quick.
Well, let's hop in the gyro cam of the 88. That's Jamie Walker running in 2nd spot, trying to catch first place runner of the Butcher. And we're going to listen in on the engine. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Yeah,
Are you
Walker.
hearing the same thing I'm hearing?
Walker is clutching the 88 trying to make it around this track, trying to save fuel. Let's go into the cockpit now of the Butcher, see if he's doing the same thing. And he is not. The Butcher full throttle. I don't know if he has enough fuel or hasn't noticed it yet, Rick, but he is not letting up at all. Oh boy. So what has become strategy after strategy after strategy, maybe coming down to yet another strategy here, Rick. Another fuel run possibly happening right before our eyes.
This is gonna get crazy.
14 laps to go for your race leader, the Butcher, and he is not letting up at all. He has stretched that lead out, in fact, to 2.5 seconds, Rick, as he crosses the start-finish line. 2.49 seconds is the gap. Oh boy.
Yeah. Rick Thompson gives up his track position to come down pit road also, so the 76 Speed Mafia Dodge going in for his service, man.
Now let's think back just a little bit, Rick, because I think the Butcher came down before a lot of the other drivers did, and he's out there full throttle. Jamie stayed out for a couple of extra laps after Dakota Todd dropped in. Will it be enough?
Well, I mean, with only 12 laps left to go, Chris, we're going to find out here pretty quick.
Yeah, let's remember, too, that these guys have that green-white checkered if they need it. And that could change everything, too. Although this has been a mighty green flag race. There hasn't been very many cautions, only 2, in fact, for incidents. 3 altogether. Oh, this is going to get interesting.
Very interesting to see Dakota Todd going around the 88 there.
And the 88 is actually probably okay with that at this point, Rick. He's going to tuck right in, try and save some fuel.
Yeah.
And Dakota Todd. Is he a lap down? Rick, he is. He's a lap down, Dakota Todd. So no harm, no foul there for Jamie Walker. He's just going to use him, try and save some of that fuel.
Yeah, the problem is Dakota Todd's very fast as he's getting up to speed, Chris, and can get his lap back the old-fashioned way. This is going to get real interesting. Really, really interesting.
Derek Colson, we know he is good at saving fuel. He's sitting in the 3rd spot.
David Bennett checking in on chat. David, great race, man. You were up there towards the front there. Fortunately, I see you are out of the car, packing it up, getting it into the hauler to head to Sonoma, man. That's what I like to hear right there. Having a blast. That's all that matters.
Speaking of having a blast, I've been having a blast here tonight calling this one. 10 laps to go as the Butcher continues to lead this one. And Rick, this is kind of one of those deals where, look, even the night he won Talladega, he said, well, now that we're locked in, we can try some things. Is he going to try and stretch the fuel? So far, I haven't heard anything out of the engine that says that he's trying to stretch anything. Other than that right leg, he's trying to stretch it harder into the gas pedal. Great times out there. It's been a lot of fun. What do you say we hop into the cockpit now of the Butcher? See when he is letting off. Oh, he's letting off way late. The Butcher just trying to absolutely wring the neck of the number 10 car to get more speed out of it. He is coming out of the corners a little slower, though, so Maybe he has realized he's got to save a little, but it might be too little too late.
Absolutely right, Chris. Gonna get into. I mean, 8 laps left to go. A lot can happen. Butcher, man. I've been listening in. I haven't really heard him saving too much. In that he might have enough to go.
Well, let's compare what he's doing with what Jamie Walker's doing. Jamie's only going to be able to save so much. He's got Derek Paulson about 0.3 of a second right behind him.
That's the other thing I've been watching too, Chris, because we've seen Jamie Walker do that before. He'll get a huge lead. Oh, I think I might have just heard. Maybe not, though.
Well, all of a sudden, the gap back to second spot, only 2 seconds. So the Butcher, well, he is climbing into the throttle a little bit harder.
Yes.
Maybe staying out of it a little bit longer. Let's find out here as we watch the gap. Oh, yeah, the gap is definitely closing a little bit. So the Butcher might be starting to worry a little bit about fuel now with 6 laps to go.
I'm sure he just heard from his crew chief saying, you know, you only got 3 laps left to go, and he's like looking down going, I got 6 laps left.
Yeah. Do the quick math. It's not going to work.
Now, that's not true, because when Dirt came out, back when we were at Racing for a Cause, Chris, and we got into the sprint cars, I remember I won my first ever league race, even though it was a fun race, because everybody else ran out of fuel, and I was able to save enough. But it's going to get real interesting, Chris. 5 laps left to go. Man. A gap closing in even more. Oh boy, this is huge. 5 laps left to go. Taylor the Butcher Benjamin heading down pit road.
Cannot make it. Comes down pit road. The 88 of Walker, Derek Paulson, Ty Morosco, now your top 3. So the Butcher has to come down pit road for a splash of fuel, and that's going to change this race all around once again. The 88 being followed very closely by second spot, the 6 of Derek Paulson. Paulson, so good at saving fuel, Rick. He's probably saved enough. He's ready to get racy now with the 88.
Man. I don't even know why I sat down in my chair tonight, Chris. I really don't.
An absolute heartbreaker out of the 10 machine team as he had to come down for pit road service. 3 laps to go, and here comes Derek Paulson to the inside. Does he have enough? Do either of these drivers have enough, Rick? Oh, Lordy. This is going to get good.
We saw this last week, Chris. Your drivers that, finished stage 1, they tried to stretch it out for as long as they possibly could. They actually ran out of gas on the pace lap. So this is another nail biter tonight.
Boy, I guess so. Obstacle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go here from Michigan as we head into turn number 1, and this one has turned into a battle of who can save the most gas. The 88 and the 6 running 1 and 2. Ty Morosco running in the 3rd spot. Morosco about 2.5 seconds behind. Derek Garrison, Ian Habiak rounding out the top 5. Hayden Wheeler, Corey Rutherford, the Butcher, and Terry the Man. Oh, excuse me, that just changed. Dakota Todd passes the man Foster, and Foster in 10th spot.
I don't know where he came. I mean, we gave these guys something cool with the new overlay, Chris. We're on the final lap now. The white flag is out.
White flag in the air, and that is the last time we're going to see the silk all white in the air. The 88 trying to hold on for the race lead and win. Derek Paulson on the back bumper in 2nd spot. Does the 88 have enough fuel to get around? You've got to think he thinks he saved enough fuel, Rick. He is battling hard down to the inside into turn number 3. Gonna round out of turn number 4 as Paulson has a blink. Onto the front stretch now goes the 88 for the race win. It is the 88 of Jamie Walker, Derek Paulson second. Holy cow. Wow, wow, wow. Jamie Walker, your race winner here tonight. Derek Paulson, Ty Morosco rounding out your top 3. And the Butcher, who just couldn't save enough fuel, Rick, ends up in 7th position.
Yeah, that's tough. Man. And as that checker flag came out, Chris, I heard over the driver's chat channel of people running out of fuel. Talk about cutting it close.
Yes, sir. All right, we're going to step away for just a moment. One more time for our race and league sponsor. We will be right back with post-race interviews. Don't you dare go away. Back alive here from Michigan as we have absolutely watched an incredible barn burner here tonight. And let's start off, Rick, with our third place finisher. It's going to be Ty Morosco in the driver of the number 1. Ty, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I have you guys.
Well, brother, a new paint scheme, the S&M Motorsports number 1, brings it home in 3rd spot tonight. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, guys. I mean, it feels great, especially home track. Putting on a show, home track. It's always good to have a good finish at your home track. So finishing 3rd is really nice for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great run for you and a 3rd place finish. Did you have anything for those leaders if you were behind them?
No, I think the gap was a little too large, especially, I mean, unless Jamie ran out of fuel. But I knew me and Derek, when we pit together, I knew that he was probably going to pull away. They definitely had a faster cars. They definitely had a bigger gap before I pit. So just that's how the way it worked out. I'm happy with 3rd place, though, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And how could you not be? Well, anybody on the 1 team that you need to thank here tonight?
I'm just going to thank the Pride Outdoor Network. Thanks. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Hope you guys are enjoying the show we're putting on the last 3 weeks. It's really fun to go out there and race, and definitely the show in front of that many people. It's very nice. And also TRJ Karting. Always thank you, Tim, for sponsoring this league. You do a lot for us, and especially you guys carrying the broadcast as well at Turn 3.
Well, it's been our pleasure, bud, and congratulations going to you once again here for a fine third-place finish at Michigan.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
And that was the number 1 of Time Orozco getting it done here tonight, Rick, in third spot. Who did you have in second?
Derek Paulson. Derek Paulson, you got Rick and Chris up in the booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, you came in second, moved up 3 positions throughout that race. You were kind of up and down, but man, that 6 was fast. How'd it go out there?
Well, I'm kind of getting sick of being the bridesmaid here. And, I just got second to Jamie last week, and I thought maybe he'd run out of gas this week. Knew he sputtered across the line, so I got second again. But, it was a pretty good race. We decided to save tires, so that's why I backed up right away. I still had another set in the pit. Car felt good. It was great setup by Mark. It was pretty, again, it was the race we wanted the race, and I was there at the end, and I can't complain about that.
There you go, man. Hey, listen, Sonoma next week. How do you feel about that?
I am not great at road courses, so, I'm just going to, you got to keep hitting your marks and don't drive in the grass, keep it on track and, hope. It would be a victory if I got a top 10 next week. So I'm not too scared about it. I just I'd hope I can pull it together and do well next week.
There you go, man. Hey, listen, I think after that one, after Sonoma, I think we go over to, is it Chicagoland? How do you feel about that track?
Okay, that's better. Give me the ovals. We're
there we go.
We're good at the ovals. So yeah, as many ovals as we can get, I'll be happy.
Well, hey, listen, man, congratulations on coming in second. Hopefully in 2 weeks when we go to Chicagoland, we're back on a track that you like a little bit better, and you can break that bridesmaid curse that's been going on. But congratulations once again, bud.
Thank you.
Anybody on that number 6 you'd like to thank?
Yeah, we got to thank the Pride Outdoor Network. We got to thank you guys at Turn 3. It's again, I'll go back after this and rewatch the broadcast. Got to thank Dr. Swatch and TRJ Karting. Fantastic sponsors of the league. Got to thank Top Flight Computers and our Top Flight Racing team, Brian and all the guys. We got a great group of guys that race with each other, and it's fun every time we get out on track. And got to thank the admins. They do a great job. League has really turned it around. It's been good racing the last 3-4 weeks. So I guess that's all I got.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, listen, congratulations once again. We look forward to seeing you next week. See what you can do at the road course. I'm holding you to that top 10.
All right. Sounds good.
Take care, buddy.
Yeah, you too.
And that was the driver of the number 6, bringing it home in second spot here tonight. And Rick, that means we only have one more guy to talk to. It's the driver of the number 88, Jamie Walker. Jamie, this is Chris and Rick up in the booth. Do you have a copy?
Of course, I got you guys. How you guys doing?
Well, bud, doing pretty good, but I'm going to tell you, I bet right now that your palms are a little sweaty.
Actually, my brain has been hurting. The last 2 weeks, it's been a fuel mileage race, and I'm hurting.
Yeah, well, 2 weeks in a row, you come across the line with a very low fuel cell, but managing to get it done here in the 88, and that has got to feel good. 2 in a row for you, Jamie.
Yeah, I think that's the first time it's been done now in the Blazing Pedal series of back-to-back wins. But like I said, it's been a good couple of weeks, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun watching, and of course, here you are again. You got a stage, and you got, more importantly, the victory for the night. Who do you got on the 88 that you need to thank?
Skittles, a big shout out. Everybody knows her. You guys up in the booth, you guys are doing a wonderful job. A big shout out to everybody in the Blazing Pedal series. This last couple of weeks has been great. I am very proud of these guys. And of course, TRJ Karting for being on the car, putting me on for the season. And yeah, thanks.
Well, it's been a lot of fun, bud. And next week we've got a road course. How do you feel about that?
Oh no, I got to turn a different direction.
Yeah, you got to go right and left.
Well, we'll have fun there, won't we?
We're going to find out, bud. We are certainly going to find out. Congratulations once again to the 88 machine, making his way to the front and taking away the race win one more time. And have fun there in Skittles Victory Lane. Man, Jamie, it's been an absolute rocket fest for that guy lately, Rick. And I don't know. Let's see what's going to happen next week.
Going to be interesting, Chris. I mean, road course. A lot of these guys, they're oval racers, and you throw in a road course, and we've seen some interesting things throughout road course. Different things with Blazing Pedals. So it's going to be interesting to see who really likes the road courses. I mean, the cream's going to rise to the top, like you like to say, and I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one again here next Sunday night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network and the Pride Outdoor Network, prideoutdoornetwork.com. You've just watched the TRJkarting.com Blazing Pedals K&N series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Until next Sunday, we'll see you again.